day 10 session, and date is today is 3rd of. Okay, so in the last class, right, only I think only few of them had joined, and I had completed a few of the Python string functions, and like, and then like these are some few pending things which I covered in the last session. Plus, I started with the introduction about the Python models. So what I explained in the last session, that Python model is basically a model is a file which contains the Python definitions or statement, or it contains the Python functions, classes, or variables. See, for example, whenever you want to make use of any variable. So let me do one thing to explain this. I have an example. So let me log into that server. Python server is up and running. So yeah, it downloads actually. Copy this IP address.
Hi, Rajbhai.
Hi, Prabhu. So I just started my session now.
Yes, yes. Yeah, good. Thanks, man.
So I'll be logging to the server now. I think the password is correct or not. Okay, let me change the setting of. So let me open a duplicate session also because I need one more session. Guys, the volume is right, or should I increase the volume?
No, it's good
It's
only.
right.
Rajbhai. Good,
Good.
good,
Okay,
good.
okay.
Yeah.
Fine, fine. Thank you. Now, if you see here, I think we had created a data by name models. Under the model, what I did, like I have created a model by name myModel.py. In that, I'm just defining only one variable. My value is equal to some big uh, like number I have provided. Now, what is the use of the model? Why it needs a model? Because right, suppose like I want to use the same variable again and again in many Python scripts, other Python scripts. So I can directly make use of the variable by providing this huge big number, right? But as a human, I might do some mistakes, right? I might not really type the correct, exactly the correct like digits same in many files. So instead of it, what we can do that we can make this as a model actually. So what I did here, I have a script by name mymodel.py, and I wrote my first script, which is nothing but first script.py. So in that, whatever the value is the variable is the my underscore val, that if I want to make use of in my Python script, then I have to first import it. I have to say import and specify the model name. So here you're giving a specifying the model as my model. You need not to give the complete extension .py like that. You need not to give only the name you have to give, and then you're just trying to print. So what you're trying to do? You're trying to do a print of my model of my value. So if you try to print it like this, see, it will print the value. So whatever you are having the value right in the my model dot, that value it is printing over here. So this is one basic use case of how to use a model. So that's how it means that you can define any variable, you can define any n number of functions, right, all the statements or the classes, anything. You can take one file or .py file, you can mention as many number of functions, definitions, classes, variables, and everything, and that you can call in any one of your script you can use. So by importing it, we say. So there are various methods are there to make use of the model. One is a import, and other is something like a from is there. We'll come across now soon. But most of the time you'll see in many Python script, import is already always it will be used actually. Like right now, for example, one more example I gave, like here, for example, math.py. So what I'm using here, I'm importing a math module actually. I'm just printing the pi value, pi from that math. So when I try to do a Python 3 of math.py, I'm getting a pi value. Now here in the command line also you can do the same. If I do a Python 3, you're into the command interpreter. Suppose I want to print the math actually. So what I will do, I want to print the pi value. So I'll first do a import of math, right? And then do a print of math.py. See, you're able to print it. So this you're using in the script, and this you're using in a command line. Python command line, or in the interpreter line, you're doing it actually. Now, one more thing. So there are so many models are there, right? So basically, the models are classified into two types. One is an inbuilt model, and other is a third-party model. Inbuilt models are those models which are already got installed, or it comes along with our Python interpreter. It means that when you are installing a Python, whenever you are installing a Python, along with that, along with the Python, many models will also get installed. So that we call it the inbuilt model. How to display the inbuilt model? Come over here and just say help of models like this. If you print it, if you execute this command help of models, now you could see that these are all the models which are inbuilt. It means that when you install it, you will get this number of models actually. So in Python, they say that there are more than 55,000 models are there. So in Python, there are more than 55K thousand models are available. Of course, we can't use that much model. Whatever it is required for our day-to-day activity, or whatever the models which are required for us to implement our project, right? Only those models only we'll be learning and we'll be adapting and we'll be using in our day-to-day activity, right? Not all models. So I'm not, I need not to even learn many models. As and whenever things comes in, right? You'll first try to Google it out about that model, and then like use that model in your project work actually. So all other models, whatever you are, apart from the inbuilt model, there are many other models are there which you have to install and you have to make use of it. So to install any kind of a third-party model, what you have to do that you need to, sorry, you have to install a pip software in your system. You have to say pip3 install and specify the model name. So here in this case, you could see that I'm installing some model by name OpenPyXL actually. Suppose I'm importing some model like here open here one. Suppose that I want to make use of some model by name open PyXL. It is already there. It is not throwing error when I'm doing import. It means that already this model is part of it. It means that I've already installed it actually, right? Suppose assume that I'm importing some model, get pass something. This model is not there, but you could see that import will throw an error. There is no model with this. It means that that model is not installed in your system, hence it is throwing an error. So to get this model, you have to do a pip3 install and specify that model name. Though there's no model with this name, there's a model by name get pass is there. That I agree. But I'm just giving some nonsense string so that just to show you like import will fail because this model is there. It is not there in within your Python, or it is not installed within your system. Hence, it will throw a error. Clear? Now here in this case, what I did, like earlier I did a import of math. Now, math is a model, and math model has exposed many functions. It has exposed many variable, right? Right? Many classes it has exposed. Now you want to see what are all the functions it has exposed. Then you have to run a command dir. So if you execute the dir command and specify the model name, you could see that these are all the functions are there which has been exposed by this math model. So one among them is pi, which we printed. Even we have PWO power, correct? PWO power. Now, if you see, there are many functions are there which starts with underscore underscore, ends with underscore underscore. These are specifically used for the documentation purpose. You need not to use this in your active in your work every day. Whenever any function you see underscore underscore, you have to consider it as for the documentation purpose. So from where you have to start reading, you have to start reading from here. From here till here, these are all the functions. So some could be a simple variable. Simple variable in sense what I'm doing a print of math.py. The pi is a variable actually. It's a simple variable. It is holding this entire value, this 3.14. This is it's holding. It always prints. Whenever you try to print it, always print it actually. Right? Suppose assume that you are having something like POW, power of, right? 2 to the power of 3 or 4 to the power of 5, whatever, right? You want to print it, or else something like you have something like a factorial. Suppose you want to print the power. So you have to do print of math dot of POW, that is a PW is a function actually. So you have to just use a bracket here. But here, if you do a math dot of POW and specify the bracket, it means that you need to pass some value here. Suppose you are not passing any values here. It throws error saying that power expected minimum two arguments. It means that power is a function. You have to understand that way. So what you're doing that you have to just say print of math of dot of POW power of 2 comma 3. Now it will work actually. So it means that power is a function. So even though this power function is coming within your math model, but you need to understand that there are some stuffs are there pi which acts like a variable. It means that it always stores the some constant value, some 3.1.47, and there are some functions or there are some other functions are there which are being exported by the math model which are nothing but functions. It means that you need to pass some arguments. Without arguments it will not work actually. There is something like a factorial. If I do a print of math dot of, I will use the factorial. And if you're not passing anything, see, again it throw it say that minimum it gives one argument, but you have given zero. Okay, it means that I need to give a factorial of 5. What is factorial of 5? 120, right? So So what I'm trying to tell that you need to understand it, whether it is a function or whether it is a variable, or how many arguments you need to pass to that function, right? Whether you have to pass a zero argument, whether you want to pass a two or three or one, that and all you have to understand. It only it comes to you when you start working on Python variable. Every day, if you start coding it, you will learn it everything. Okay. Now here what happened, right? I need to understand like, okay, whether what is that function all about? Okay, math model has exported so many functions. I want to know the information about all these functions. Then guys, you have to do a help of math. If you do help of math, basically it will show you some kind of a manual page information. It says what this model does. And I could see that he is clearly it is saying that it's a function. See a cos h assign. If you come down, just now we executed the pi and executed the power of, right? POW, sorry, not power of power. Factorial, see, it's a function. You have to pass minimum one argument. And here we have POW power of. So always make sure that whenever using any model, you have to go to this information. You have to go to the, you have to run a help command and specify the model name to go through all those function, whatever that model provides to you, right? You could see that power of XY. It means that you need to minimum pass two argument here, actually. And if you come down here, you will see that there is a data value. You could see that you are having a pi, you are having a e, you have a infra, you have a nan, you have a tau. You can print it, guys, actually. Okay, print of math dot of e. See, it is printing. So how it is getting got come to know? It is going to come to know from this man page only. No, help menu. If you come down at the end, actually, now you could see that these are the data value. It means that these are all the variables, and those variables have some fixed values. So in many of the models, you will have this plus you have functions also. So you need to understand through this whether it's a function or whether it's a variable, whether it's a class. So that's the reason we could see that what is a model means. Model is basically a file containing the Python definition statement. That means that model containing the Python functions, classes, and variables. It could be anything, everything compromised within your model actually. So in everyday activity, like we heavily depends upon the Python models. So by using the Python models, you can reduce your code, a number of lines of code drastically, right? And there are two types of Python models. One is on the inbuilt and other the third party actually. For installing any third party, you have to use a pip command, or in our case, it is a Python 3. You have to install the Python 3. How to install the Python 3 in your machine? So here I have used this command. So in the last session, I showed you how to install the Python 3. So by installing the Python 3 hyphen pip hyphen y. So this command you have to use it for installing the pip 3. So once you install it, you'll get this pip 3 command. So by using the pip 3, you can install any module actually. Correct, guys? So similarly, if you try to do something like import of CSV, there is one model, the CSV is there. So CSV model is basically used for doing any kind of an operation onto your Excel sheet. Suppose you have an Excel sheet, you can, like you can you can do it actually. And after that, you do a DAR of CSV. See, so if you do a DAR of CSV, it will show you what are the functions are there with which you can do operation onto the CS with the help of CSV. So this one, see, these are all the functions are there. How to get the information? Help of CSV. You know this. Sorry, help of. See, it'll go the man page. So CSV parsing and writing. Basically, this is nothing but the model which you use for doing some kind of a documentation purpose, or you can even do an like you can do a uh, operation to the Excel file actually. So why models are used by guys? Basically for the reusability of the code actually. So what is the reusability of the code? That's what we use the models, right? Because somebody's already written a model for you, why you have to rewrite the code again? You can make use that model and use that function whatever it's been provided by that model, so that actually it'll make your life easy to work on any kind of Python, right? Python codes. Wait, hold a second, guys. Sorry, guys. Okay. So that is what we in the last session we had covered, guys, all these things. So that's what, like for example, suppose you are like you have AWS, you are having an AWS account like this. I'm having an AWS account. Suppose through the Python, I want to interact or I want to communicate with this AWS. So you have to have a Boto3 library, or Boto3 model should be there actually. So if I do a import Boto3, see, that model is not there only, right? So how to do it? First you exit out and then do a pip3 install Boto3. See, you are installing that model. See, so you are installing the model, right? After installing a model, get into your Python 3 interpreter, and now you do an import of Boto3. Now it will work. See, now it will work. Now you have to understand what are the functions which provide this model. TR of Boto3. See, it will give you all those functions. Like this, you can install any models actually. Clear, guys? Any doubts you have till here? Similarly, you have something was a Paramico, right? Paramico is also one of the model. If I do an import of Paramico, Paramico model is basically used for doing, suppose like from one Linux machine to other Linux machine, you want to communicate using SSH or something, right? Through Python, you want to do means you need to have a model by name Paramico. So Paramico will give you, Paramico is the one of the model which by which you can do a any kind of a remote communication for any other server. So from your machine to other machine, if it is a Linux, you want to communicate means, then you need to have that model by name Paramico. So we have not yet come across this Paramico. Later in the upcoming classes, we will see how to use this model Paramico. Clear, guys? Now, so what are the other things which you have it? For example, I can do this way also. Let's in today's session, what we will learn, right? What are the different ways to import models? So one is basically, you know that I'll be using the import method. So I can say import. So for example, I can just say import math. So this is the one method. Second method is that using from actually. Using from also I can use, right? This is second method. Like for example, so when as I do import and the math, right? Sorry, not model, math. I can do the same thing by using the from also. From math import star, like that. Means from the math model, import everything. Whatever the math is provided, right? That you import everything, right? That's all. Like for example, if I go here and if I exit out, okay, I have a math pi, right? Here what I will do, guys, what I will do here, I will, okay, I'll do one thing. So you know that in Python, whenever you want to commit any line, so I have to put three dots. So here I'll put three dots. So these three lines, these two lines are what happened? This is like a comment. It will not. So what I will do, I will use a from math import star. This is a second method, right? And then I can just say print of pi. So earlier what happened, right? If you're just using import math, then you have to provide the module name dot of and the function name you have to provide. But when you're using from model, from method, from math import star, you need not to mention that math.py. You can just directly call that module name. This is a small difference between these two, right? Similarly, for example, I want to print the power of. See, earlier how to do is to do math of math dot of power of like that I used to use, right? Now I need not to use it. I just a power of something 2 comma 3. See, let's see whether it will work or not. So what I will do here, I will try to open this script and I'll save it in the other terminal. I will try to run this. So I'll go into the models directory. Here I have this math.py. I'll just say python3.math.py. See guys, it is printing now. See, I'm using this method. So from also you can use, okay, as well as even import also you can use. Any one of the method you can use, right? Sometime what happened, right? You will be using something known as a one more method is there. Let me do one thing. Let me comment this line also. From here, I will remove this line so that everything will be commented, right? So I'll go at the top here. So let this be here down, right? And then like I will say import math as m and then say print of, I can use this way also, m dot of pi. Every time why you have to do math dot of pi? If suppose you're importing some big name itself, like for example, you're using import sub processes. There's one model by name sub processes. Again, what you do? Print of sub processes of specify that some function name, whatever the function we are using. So it's always a big thing, right? To always type again. So what you can do instead of it, what you can do, import sub process as something as sp, you can do it. And then here you can use sp dot of function. So this will reduce your code size also. This is the one method. In many Python, right? You will see this way also they'll use it actually. So here what I'm doing that, I'm just removing this line just to show you. I just told. So here import math as m, I'm using print of pi, right? So I will save this file and I will go here and I can run this script. See, the pi is getting executed. So this statement is getting executed here. So it is working fine. Similarly, you can use a sub processes like import sub process as sp, something like this. Import sub processes, as I said earlier, as sp like this, right? Or else you can do something like what I can do, import platform as p, right? And just say print of p dot of system information. So platform is one of the other model actually. So to yy uh, to dd, paste it here. I'm pasting it actually. So you could see that here I'm just importing as pi. So save this file and then run this. See, you're able to print. So my system information means that it is showing you the on which machine you're working. So this is the Linux machine. So this is one of the model platform which we'll be seeing later, but I'll be using this model to print the information about the system information actually. Clear, guys? So now what are the methods are there? How you can use it actually? Simple. This is very important. Method one. So for example, you can import any model by using just simply by using import. Import math. And you can use a print of math.py. This we use it actually. Right? Or else even you can do import print math dot of power of 3 comma 2. What's the second method? So you can just say import math as m. You've seen, right? And then say print of m.py. Print of m dot power of 2 comma 3 or 2 comma 5, whatever, right? And the third method we have seen now is nothing but we use the from method actually. From math import star and then do a print of pi, or you can do a print of what is it, power of 4 comma 5. Okay, so these are the main important thing guys you have to use. Even for example, even this from math, right? Here you're importing everything actually. You're importing everything. You'll say that Rajesh, I don't want to import everything, Raj. I want to only import pi and power off. I don't want to import all the things. I don't want other things and all. Only this two only I need it. No problem, sir. You can do it like this actually. What you have to do from math of import? Just say pi comma pow. Only this two will be printed, and then you can do a print of pi, and you know that print of power. So why we are using this? We will this method. Why we are using this? Why we are not exporting? Why you are not importing everything? Here you are importing everything. Here only some part of that model function only you are importing. Others are you are not importing. Why we are doing this? I will tell you later the use case. But you have to understand it, right? And in many other places, in like for example, in many other Python script, if you see, suppose you're importing any models, actually, you'll just say import of something like platform is one model, import of math one model, import of sys, something like that you'll use. In some books, or sorry, not in books actually, in some places you'll see that they will import in a single line like this actually. So if you ask what is the difference between this and this, it is same only. But I would always go with preferring with this actually. This looks good actually. Here, this is also okay. In a single line code only, you can do import of all these models actually. But I would tell you to rather go with this method actually. Here, guys, any doubts you have till here? I know I was very fast, but you're understanding, right? Whatever I'm saying. Janardhan, Prabhu, Chandralekha, everyone. Okay. Okay, guys, very important. Now, what we'll be doing as part of today's activity? We will be learning on platform model and sys model. These are the two important models we'll be looking at today. So that will be class. And tomorrow's session, next session, we will be learning about the OS models actually. So why we have to learn all these things? It's very important because all these models we will be heavily using in our day-to-day activity. That's what we need to learn some models actually. So what are platform models? So platform models. So platform model is basically used to access the I can say underlying platforms data like hardware information, operating system information, interpreter information like Python information, everything you can get through the help of a Python model. So the platform models, sorry, is used to access the platform data such as hardware information of your system, operating system information, and some kind of a interpret interpreter information. Interpretation, interpreter version information. So that's what we're using this. We use this platform models. Okay. So clear now. So you know very well that actually like I will get into my Python interpreter, right? I will just and I'll just do a Python 3 interpreter, right? So you know that if you execute the help models, I'm showing you again so that you'll understand. Okay, this will show you what are the models which are already been inbuilt. You could see that they already a model by name platform. Where is it, guys? PLAT platform. Somewhere it is there. Platform. So now what I will do, I will try to install the platform model. If you go up, maybe here somewhere it will be there, sir. Platform. So this is the model. See, platform model. So how you import the platform model? You can just say import platform, or you can just say import platform as PT, anything like that, or just say import platform, or you can even use a from platform. See here, from platform import star everything whatever it's there, right? So I'll be using basically I can use the import as a platform, import platform. Okay, and then you do a dir of platform. See, it will display all the functions which are provided by your platform model. You could see Python version tuple, release, sys version, system, like that. There are many functions are there which will do it. Suppose you want to find out how many functions are there total. We can even use a length command, length of dir of platform, dir of platform. See, it will show that there are 63 others. So totally there are around 63 functions are there within your platform model. Clear, guys? And you need to get the information about this platform model. You know very well that I need to do an help of platform. So this will show you everything. Always, whenever you're using any model, guys, you have to always go to the documentation. You have to go to the help menu of that model, right? Platform model, and you have to read this whole thing, description. Come down here. What are these classes? You could see that you will see that there are many models are there which is having something like a classes actually. What is this classes all about? You need not to worry now. As of now, I'll be taking a separate session on that Python OOPS actually. So where I'll be explaining about what are these classes, what are these inbuilt built-in classes models are functions are there within the model. I'll be explaining there actually. If you come down now, our main focus area is to only understand about the functions actually. See, you could say that there are so many functions are there. What you need to pass it on, what is the return value, everything will come. Come down, is there any values are there? Okay, this is the function. These are the function, right? For example, architecture function, Java release function, Java version function, libc version, Mac version, machine, node, platform, processor. See, you have to go through all these functions, whatever given. These are all the important functions which we will be using in our Python script also. And if you come down, is there any data is there or is there anything else is there? No, there are no variables are there. Variables or data is not there here in this case. So I'll just say Q, enter. So you'll quit from it. Okay. So what I will do, guys, I'll just write one simple script now actually. So I'll exit out. So I will just say working with the model something .py. So I'll just say import platform and do a print of dir of. You know very well that whenever I want to print it in your script, actually, you can even use a print command. Print, you have to use it, print function, and then print of help of platform. So in the script, you're doing like this actually. So I'll save this script and come out here in the terminal, go to the other terminal, do a Python 3 of working with model. See, you'll be able to. So these are all the nothing but your functions, and this is nothing but your man page, everything, right? So like this, you're able to print it in within your script only. You're doing it actually all these things. Okay. Now you say that okay. Let me comment these lines. and then like, so let it be here. So import platform, then you do a print of this is something. What is it? Platform dot of system OS something. Save this file and go here and execute it. See, this is the Linux OS. So system will give the information about which operating system you're working in. Correct? Or else you want to print one more thing. Print of F. What is it to format? Python version is, what is the Python version? How to do it? You have to just say platform model dot of, there is something as a Python underscore version is there. There's a function. If you try to check for it, there's a Python function is there. Hear this, go here. See, the Python version is 3.8.1. Even there is something like, see, Python version. Even something, there is something like a Python version tuple is there. Even you can even use that also. Python version tuple. Or do one thing. Python version tuple. Just go tuple. Correct? Yeah, tuple is there. So save this script, come here, run it. See, it will show in the list actually. I mean, basically, it will just do in a tuple. It means that it is showing the list 3, 8, 10, major version, minor version, and the patch level, or nothing but the version level. Like that, it is showing in a tuple way. That's all. Correct? So if you're doing the same thing in your command line, so I'll quit from the file and I will go to the Python 3 interpreter and I'll just say import of platform, do a print of platform dot of machine. So it is a x86 machine. So print of platform. See, I'm showing you so many examples so that you'll understand how exactly this model works actually. Release. So which version release actually? It is 5.1. So this is nothing but your Linux version. If you execute the uname -a command here, see uname -a, see 5.15.1. This is a command, right? Right, 5.15. This is a Linux command, or this is a Linux. This is a version actually. You can even do a cat of etc of not Red Hat. What is it actually? LSB, yeah? LSB release. See here, LSB release doesn't show in this one. This is what you, if you execute the uname-r command, this will show the kernel version. Same thing here it will. If I want to display the same value here in the Python, how you do it? Oh, sir, I have a module, sir, by name platform. There I'll be using a function by name release. So through that release function, I can print whatever the value you are expecting actually. Clear? Something you have a print of platform of. I remember there's a function I saw by name architecture. You know, when we are reading the man page, architecture. See, it will show the 64-bit ELF architecture. Like that, it will show. So here it shows the x86 64. This is a machine. ELF means basically it's a executable and linking format. Basically. Yeah. Even you can use a print of. If I'm not wrong, there's a something as a platform. There is a function also in the model by name platform only. Let me see if I'm not wrong. It has to print something. Yeah, it is printing. Same thing. It is printing. What is a? It is printing the whole thing. Linux 5.15, x86, glibc. Like this, it is printing it actually. Even you can print it the processor also, man. Print of platform dot processor. Okay, it's x86 processor like that. Print of node actually. Node is basically it will try to print the node to here it is printing it whatever we having the host name, right? If you execute the host name command in simple in Linux actually, this will print the host name actually. So same thing if I want to print in your Python, then you have to use a node function. Okay, platform of node, I'll show you like this. Same thing, platform of uname actually. Uname is also there actually. So this will print the complete thing. Linux Node 2 release version. What is a machine? What is process? Everything you want to print means it is same thing like a uname-a here. If you execute the uname-a command in Linux, it will print all the information about your system. It's the same thing I'm printing here by using the same function by the name uname. So this is a function which is coming from this platform model. Clear, guys? Now, apart from this, there are many other models are there. Like for example, get pass model is there. Get pass model and something like a get user model. So these are also very, very important. Get pass and get pass model and get model actually. So let me see if the get pass is there or not. How to verify it? I have to just say import of get pass actually. So this model is there. If I do a dir of get pass, see, it shows me that these are all the functions are there which is there in your get pass. It means that this get pass model is already it's a inbuilt model. It's already there, right? So what is a guess? What, what does a get pass model does actually? Basically, it prompts for the it prompts the user for the password without echoing. You can say without echoing. Okay, without echoing, you'll get to know with the when I'm explaining about the when I give the example, right? That time you'll understand. The get pass model provides the uh, secure way to handle the passwords. Secure way to handle the password prompts where program interact with the user via the terminal, something via the terminal, via in the terminal actually. Same thing, get user. Second is get user. It prompts this is the model function which displays the login name actually. Login name of the user. That's all. Okay. So how to use it actually? Like for example, I can write one script. I'll just say exit out. So let me check who has pinged. Okay. Now, suppose like I will write one script, something like any name I can give, something like read underscore something like pass dot py, something I give. Okay. Here, suppose assume that I want to read some kind of a DB password or something like DB password. So what I will do here, DB underscore pass is equal to whenever you want to get an input from the user, what you'll use something with the input function, input of something. Enter your password. Okay, like this. Okay. Suppose assume that I'll just save this file. I'll just save this file. Okay, and I'll run this Python script. See here how it happens, how it behaves. Just see Python 3 space. What is the name? Read underscore pass, right? So enter the password. I'll just say admin123. See what happened, right? While giving a password, it is you can able to see the password only, whatever you're printing it, whatever you're typing it. Suppose you say that Rajesh, I don't want to, I want to type it, it want to take it. but I don't want to really show while typing it. It means that here while running it, you are able to type it. You are giving input, but it is visible because this is a simple input variable, right? Because it's a simple input. Here, what happened? Whatever you're giving an input, that will be considered, that will be taken care, right? Now you say that Rajesh, I don't want to do that. Oh, okay, I want to use a get pass model. Okay, so what I do, you have to say import get pass model. Import the get pass model. So what I will do here, we'll just say db underscore pass is equal to get pass dot of, there is a function by name get pass model and the function name get pass. Here guys, get pass. So now, so let me do thing. Let me put the hash. Now let me save this actually. Now you could see that if you're running this Python script, not this one. If you're running this, now it's asking for the password. Yeah, I'll give the password as admin123. See, I'm giving it, but it is taking it, but you're not able to see it actually, right? So it means that whatever the inputs you're giving, no, that is getting hidden. So why it is getting hidden here? You're getting hidden because that basically you are using this get pass function. If the get pass function will not display whatever the user is giving input, right? It will not do. Suppose what are the input you are given, that you need to print it actually. So you need to print it. So what you will do here? So you can just do a print of uh, function f the entered password is db underscore pass, right? Correct. Now you see, I will save this file. Now go here, run again the Python script. So I'll give the password as admin123. See, admin123. What are the password I gave here? It didn't prompt it at all, right? That's how the use of this get pass model. So get pass model is used to hide any kind of a password. It will protect from the user. So whenever you are interacting with the terminal, right? That's what I said, right? Here, get pass, it prompts the user for the password without echoing. The get pass models provides a secure way to handle the password from where program interacts with the user via the terminal. Clear? One second, guys. Okay, sorry guys. So that's what, and the get user basically it used to display the information about the login name itself, username itself. Here, suppose if you execute, who am I? See, who am I? Who am I will give the information. Who is the login? Who is the user who has logged in the system? It's a root user, right? Or else I can even execute who space am space I. In the command you're executing, these are Linux commands actually. So it'll give some more extra information, right? So I want to make use of the same, I want to display the same user information who was logged in. Then we have something known as a get user. How to do it here? Okay, instead of writing in the script, basically what I would do, I'll go to the Python interpreter. I'll just say Python 3. So I'll just say import get pass. Actually, I can even use a get pass of get user actually. Okay, it will print as a root user. Is it clear, guys? Even you can even in Linux there is something of the env command is there. Like if you execute the env command, here also it will display so many things. Suppose I want to say grep of something known as a root actually. See here, see home log name is there. So it also has information about the username. There is something user itself. Root is there. Okay, these are the two important things. Either you can display with the help of a log name variable or else a user actually. to any one of the ways you can display which user who has logged into this system. Actually, is it clear? Okay. Now, what are the other things what we'll be learning now? We'll be learning about something as a sys models actually. Very important, sys models. So basically, sys models are used to work with the Python runtime environment. So sys model basically used to work with Python runtime environment. Runtime environment is, for example, assume that when a Python is running the script actually, or the Python is executing some program, during that time, if you want to do any operation onto the running Python script, then you can use the sys models actually. So sys models are also very much important. We use in our day-to-day activity. So the sys model, it provides the functions and the variables which used to manipulate the different parts of the Python runtime environments. We say. So sys models are basically, it provides the functions and the variables. So it provides functions and variables which are used, which are which are used to manipulate manipulate the different parts of the Python runtime environment. Okay, so let us see if I'm able to access that sys model. So I'll just say import of sys actually, and though do a dir of sys. See, you're able to see there are so many functions are there. Get size of platform, PS1, PS2, cache prefix. So many important functions are there, guys. This we will be using heavily, actually. So as you know that if you want to go to the help menu, you have to say sys help of sys and then run it. It will show the documentation part. Documentation, as I said, right, you have to always go through it. Always make a habit of going through the documentation, guys. It's very important because you will be missing something which you will not understand. The documentation, they'll give it very clearly. Okay. Now, if you come down here, all these are important. Is there any data part is there or the variable part is there? Let us see. If you come down, here the data part is there. It means that already you are having some variables which has some fixed values which has been assigned. Like base exact prefix is always slash sr. Built-in module name. See, these are the built-in module names. So we will be using all this. This we can call it as a something like a data variable, or even we call it a static variable also. Static means already a value is fixed for that variable actually. So you could see that for some models, you have a data part also. It means that the variables part. In some models, we don't have this data part also, data part at all actually. So it depends actually what kind of model you're using, right? That's the reason always you should open this manual page or nothing but the help menu page and then go through it and understand whether if there is any static variable or data part or the variable is there or not. Like that, you need to understand it actually. Clear, guys? Now already I have imported it actually, the sys model. If I do a sys dot of platform, so there's a function by name platform. If you search here, you'll see where is a platform PLATA of the phone. Here, it's there. So I'm using the platform. See? Now guys, what you have to understand, is it a function or anything? How see str object is not not scalable. Okay, import of sys and then say sys of platform. So it is not a function, guys. You have to just without bracket, you have to pass it actually. Okay, it's a Linux machine. See, that's how it throws error. Then saying that this object is not callable. It means that it is not a function. Basically, it's a kind of a variable. Or it's kind of a data. That's all. Similarly, you have something as a sys dot of. Is there anything was a version? Yes, there's a version is there. So it'll just say sys of version. It'll give you the version of your Python. So 3 point, some few similar things you have seen even in the platform model also. Same thing you would see in the sys model also. Okay. So let us write some script now. So what I will do, I'll just say, not sys actually, or something basic of something sys model. Okay. Then I'll say import of sys. Then you do a print of sys of version underscore info something. So I have seen that version underscore info was also there actually. That's what. So I'll just save this file and I will try to run it. So how I'll do it? Python 3 space basic of this model. So see that version info will give you the major version, the Python major version, minor version, micro version, release version, all the information you are trying to print it actually. Okay. Or else you can even do a version also can even type actually. So print of this dot of just say version. Ah, so save this script and run this Python. See, it is showing you the version. Clear? Now you want to print it all the models, this models. So let me don't think, let me comment it out. So what you do? You do a print of this dot of what are all the what is the models actually, right? So what you're trying to do here, you're trying to print what are the models. So these are all the models actually. It means that basically, so what it does actually, what this says that actually that this will say the information about Python, what are the existing Python which is running, right? What are the different models the Python is using to run it? These are all the different Python models which it is using internally. Model sys is used, model built-in it is used, right? Like that model underscore weak refer it is used. It is using various different models. Up into the existing Python is using all these various different models from it actually, and it's also showing that from where this model is using. See, the model keyword is using from /userlib 3.8 keyword.py. Okay, so this is the name function which is using from this particular file. Similarly, heap queue. See, it is using it. Where is the path? It is here. There's a path actually. See, so Python internally understand, right? Okay, that model is there. From where I want to fetch the model, it understands the whole path information, everything it has actually. Similarly, even you can even print the path also. Like for example, if I do a in your system, if you do a echo dollar path, see, this is the path information of your machine. Or else in your Windows, if you open the command line in Windows, and if you want to, you can just echo path. See, can you see this is the path variable within your Windows machine? Same thing, sir. I want to display, right, in using Python. Then you know very well that I will be using a model by name path model. So what I will do here, print of sys of path. See, that's all. Save this file and run it here and run it here. See, see, it will show. See, this is the path information. The path. It means that the Python will refer to this path information to search for any kind of a models. So Python will search whether the model is then the /utar models, whether then the USR-lib models, whether then the /USR-lib models, or whether the model is then /USR-lib. It could be in any one path. The model could be in anywhere. So that's what this is the path environment variable for your Python model, right? So it's a path. It's an environment variable for your. So what I'd say that here I can just even, if you want to write anything, I can just say like this. This dot path is an environment variable for Python. Okay. So now assume that you are just okay. Let me do thing. Let me comment this line also that Now assume that actually you are trying to print something, like for example, something print of something hello, right? You're printing something. So what it will do, you know very well that nothing, it's nothing a great deal here. It'll, if you run it, actually it will just print that hello. That's all. That's what we are printing it. Now you say that, Rajesh, suppose assume that I want to exit out from it. I want to exit out without printing this. I want to exit out. So what you will do here, before that print, actually you will use a sys dot of exit. So sys dot of exit will make your script uh, execute, come outside. Whatever after this, whatever the lines it will there, right, that will not be printed at all. See, if you save this and if you run this, see that hello will not be printed at all. So because before hello, you are calling the sys dot exit actually. So this will never get printed, right? So this is all about the sys, and along with the sys, actually, there is one more important thing. What we have is something known as this is very important. Sys of argv. This is what the important things which I have to cover of sys model. Sys dot of argv is a important thing, guys, which you have to. This is the argument variable, or we call the argument vector. We say actually. Okay. So what basically does sys dot argv? It returns a list of command line arguments passed to the Python script actually. Okay, so let us see how to use this actually. So come over here, I'll just exit out from this, and what I will do, I'll just say something command underscore line arguments dot py. This is very important, guys, because this will be using heavily in our Python scripts actually. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, sorry. Second. Suppose assume that actually I'm using the same thing again, print of hello, print of hello, something. Okay, I'll save this file. I'll save this file. Come over here in the other terminal. Try to run the script Python 3 space. Specify what is this what is the script name? Command line argument. See, you are printing it. Sorry, what you're doing? Sorry, I did. Oh, sorry, I didn't use that quote only. No, sorry. Now you could see that it will print the hello only. Fine. Okay. So now you say that Rajesh, while executing this, I am passing something. Hi, how are you? Or something. How are you? Bye. 1, 2, 3. Nothing happens to the script because here what happened, right? You're calling the Python interpreter, but here you're passing some arguments while your programming is getting executed, while Python script is getting it doesn't really make any sense because you're passing it, but nothing would get processed because in your script only one print statement is there. You're printing that itself is getting printed. That's all. No other thing. Right. Now the thing is that actually now what you will do here, you'll do one thing. Okay, go back here and I'll just say import of sys. Yeah, fine. Print of this dot of argv. Just to see, guys, what will happen. So let me do thing. Let me remove this line now. Okay, I'll save this file. Now come here and then like I will try to pass the same thing. See how it is taking. See Python command interpret. This is script name space. You are passing some value. Hi, how are you? Bye. 1, 2, 3. See how it is considering. You see the it is considering all this. Python is considering all these things as a command argument. So this is the command argument 1, command argument 2, command argument 3, command argument 4, 5, 6, 7. See, it is showing a list, right? Basically, it's showing kind of a list. Always, you know that list always. always the argument starts with the zeroth indexing. So zero, this is in a zeroth indexing. This is the first indexing, second index, third index, fourth, fifth, sixth. Even see you are actually passing the numeric value, but it is considering it as a string only. See, that's what it is using the quote actually. So whatever you are passing in the command line, everything it will be considered as a string itself actually. Correct, guys? Now you say that Rajesh, uh, fine. Now you say that Rajesh, I will go and I want to only print the arg of the command argument of 0 only, right? See, now you print the same thing. See, only one will be printed. So zeroth is not but this one. So this is in a zeroth position. So this is what it is getting printed. Suppose you say that Rajesh, I want to print the one value. Okay, replace it to one. See, save this file. So what you're passing? See, now this will be printed. High will be printed, right? So like that, you can print this we call the command line argument vector or a command line argument we say actually. Correct, guys? Good. Now here what happened, right? You are having a so like that you can print it actually. Even you can print it like this. Uh, like sorry, replace with 0, 1, replace with 2, replace with 3. You know very well that what will print actually. Suppose I'm just passing the parameters as Python, shell, Perl. See, this will be printed like this. Right. Now, assume that you need to perform some actions now. Actions now. So what we'll do, right? We'll perform some action onto the string actually. So what we will do that, guys? What I'll do basically, I can write the same, or I can even write something a different script now. Action on something string.py. So you need to play around now. So I'll be using this command argument now. So what I will do, I'll write one Python script like something like user underscore string is equal to something like how I can say input of enter your string actually. Okay, enter your string. Okay, then what else you can use? Suppose like you want to do some kind of an action onto the string. So something I'll just say user underscore action. I'll use the same user underscore action is equal to input of something like enter your action on your string. So what are those valid actions? Suppose like you have some actions like valid actions like or valid actions are like suppose you want to do a lower operation on the string, or you want to use some kind of upper operation string, or else you want to provide the title for the string, anything, whatever you are doing, right? Here what happened, right? You are trying to, so let me check. Okay, this is syntax is correct. Double quotes, yes. Now here what happened, guys? I've used a simple for loop. I'll use if condition. I'll use. I have not yet come to if condition, but just try to understand here. So if user underscore action, okay, is equal to what is it? Lower. If the user underscore action, whatever you input you are giving lower, right? If it is equal to 0, then what you will do, guys? You will try to do a print of what is it? User underscore str. What are the inputs you are giving, right? This str, you are making it as a lower. It means that whatever the input you are giving, that will be printed in a lower, actually, right? And then like else if user underscore action, I think you have to give here colon you have to give. Sorry, I missed it. Colon you have to give. And then like user underscore action is equal to upper. If you're giving an upper as an input, then what you're doing, print of user underscore string of upper, right? Then else if user underscore action is equal to title. Title. And what you're doing, print of user underscore string of title title function. Or else if this is not working, else you'll do something, print of something, your option is invalid, comma, please select valid options from the list, from this list actually. So what is that list? Either it could be a lower, or either it could be an upper, or either it could be a title like this. So let me see the script. If they did any mistake, user underscore string, this is the input for the string, user underscore action. Okay, input, enter the action lower. Okay, if user underscore action is equal to lower, then you have to print user underscore string is lower. If else if user underscore action is equal to upper, right? And then like it will be, you are printing it upper, user underscore action is equal to title, then you're printing else. Yeah, perfect. The script is perfect now. Now what I will do, guys, I will say the script actually. Now here what happened, right? Because a user has to give two inputs. First, that he need to provide the string input, and second is that what action he need to perform. Either he has to perform the lower, upper, or title. What action is to do? It means that while the script is running, you want to pass two parameter. One is a string parameter, other is an action. So how you will do that? See here. Sorry. Here. What you will do? Come over here. Okay. I think I will open here. Vi. Uh, uh, what is it, guys? What is it? Action on string, right? I'll open that string, action on string. Okay, here in this terminal open. So here I'll just quit it. So okay, I'll quit one more time. I'll open the script again. So here what happened, right? I have saved this one. Now I'll try to run the Python. So if you do a Python 3 action underscore string.py without passing anything, it will not do what it will do here. If you're not passing anything here, what happened, right? You whenever you're executing, right, you have to pass it actually the string. What are the enter the string? What is the string? Something like Python something, something like this. You will enter. And what is an operation you want to press? I want to print everything. Here there's a combination of lower upper. I want to do an operation onto the upper. Completely everything is an upper. See, so all these strings they completely be printed into the upper. Similarly, if you are running the script, now you are giving a Python as a completely upper. But what operation you want to do? I want to do a lower operation onto that string. So it will convert everything into the lower. This is perfectly fine. It is working. Now what happened, right here? I want to pass. See here what happened, right? You have this script. This is a good script. Okay, fine. It's working fine. But guys, what happened? No, I don't want to work on this. I want to basically pass everything in a command line. It means that I need to pass while the script is running. Here I need to pass it actually. How you are going to pass? Python 3 action script, and I have to just pass this something uh, like this, and then I need to pass the operation what I want to do, lower or upper, everything like this. I have to pass it. It has to work like this, right? It should not ask me any input like this directly. When I'm executing script, it has to interpret it, or it has to take care of this. How you do it? With the help of a command argument. You know that this is in a zeroth argument, this is the first argument and second argument, right? How to use it? Now you know very well that I will go to the script. I'll do one thing, guys. I will try to comment these two lines first. right? And then what I will do here, I will come over here and I'll just say import of sys model, and I'll just say user underscore str, right? Str is equal to sys of argv of 1, right? And user underscore uh, action of is equal to sys dot of argv of 2. Simple. See, that's all, guys. And then like save the script. And now you run the script now. See here, you run the script now. See, it will convert everything into the lower. If you want to convert everything to the upper, see, you have to pass upper. You want to convert into the title, see, you have to press right. See, this is the best usage of the command line argument. Correct, guys? Do you agree with me? So this is how you have to use it actually. Correct? Now you say that actually, Rajesh, I'm passing these two arguments here. Suppose assume that I'm not passing one, I'm passing only one argument. See what happened, right? Your Python script will fail. You will not get to know at all. Oh, it said that there is an argv of 2. Okay, fine. Oh, it means that actually, Rajesh, I want to pass minimum 3 parameters. See, first is this parameter, second is this parameter, and third is this parameter. So totally, I'm passing 3 parameters for the execution. Now this will work. This will work fine. If you are passing more than that, also it will work. But this will not be considered. But you cannot pass less than 2 arguments, 3 arguments. Like it will fail actually. So for that, what you will do? You'll come over here. Just add one condition, guys. Actually, what is it actually? Here after the sys import. Okay. Uh, if condition, if length of sys underscore argv v is not equal to 3, then what happened, right? You have to just say sys of exit. That's all. Sys of exit and save this file. Now here, come over here, and if you are not passing, suppose you are passing this, okay, lower, you're passing, this will work. Upper, you're passing, this will also work. Suppose you are not passing the second argument now. See, now second argument, it will immediately get exited out. It means that nothing will be thrown. But usually what happened, right? Why it is not getting, because what happened, right? This condition is matching. If this condition length is not equal to 3, then you're making it exiting out. But you will say that, Rajesh, okay, this is fine, it is good only, but I want to print and I want to exit. No. So what I can do that, here I can add some print statements. What is it? Print of, what is the usage? How you usage actually? USAG usage. So what is the usage actually? So print of f is dot argv of 0. Okay. Here you have to pass something. Your uh, required script, your required string, something. Then what should be that? Either you want to pass the lower, or either you want to pass the upper, or either you want to pass the title like this. Right? Then you do a sysexit. This is the format you actually have to run it actually. Now you save this file. Now come over here and run this. This will perfectly work fine. Sorry, this will perfectly work fine. Right? If you're not passing this, see, you already will get the usage. Okay, it means that you need to pass some string, and after that you have to pass this one. Right? So guys, this looks perfect, right, for you? See how we started? We just started with the string, and afterwards we using the argv. We understood like how exactly we can effectively use this argv, right? So that is a model. Under this is we have argv. We'll be using that argv for passing any kind of a command line argument when the Python script is getting executed. Clear, guys? So this is all about the Python models, guys. In the next session, what I will do that I will be continuing with the models. That is nothing but your sys module is there, Python module is there, OS models I'll be continuing. Once the OS model is completed, that will take around 1 hour, and I will start with some kind of if condition statement. I will do it. This would be our next topic, next day topic. Clear, guys? So I hope that you understood today's class. So right, you understood the importance of the model, how to use the model, and how we can effectively use a model within your script. Also, you have understood today. Clear? So let me do one thing. Let me stop the recording. Okay, guys.